What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the Arsenal Career Mode. This is episode number 22, and as you can see, yes, it's time. It's the final episode of season number 1, where there's 2 trophies that we could go ahead and win in the first season. It comes down to the final day in the Premier League, where on match day 38 we face Leicester away at the King Power, where we know Chelsea are 2 points clear of us at the top of the league, but Chelsea face Nottingham Forest. So if Nottingham Forest were to at least get a draw and we were to win, we would still win the league on goal difference. That's how tight it can be. And then of course for the final game of today's episode, you will see us versus Bayern Munich in the Europa League finals. So going into the first game of today's episode, taking on Leicester away at the King Power here, knowing that we would need a huge result if we were to go above Chelsea and win the league title on the last day. Well, you would be pleased to know that in 30 minutes we were 2-0 up. Yet Gabriel Martinelli and Thomas Partey both putting us in the lead, and then you would see us on another attack, Bukayo Saka this time running down the wing and then slots it into that top corner to make it Leicester 0, Arsenal 3. And even if we didn't win the league title today, even if we didn't win the league title in this match, then all I wanted was just a strong performance to end the season on a high, and that's exactly what we were doing. I would have loved a clean sheet, but unfortunately Ramsdale getting his goal kick a bit wrong here, passing it to Jamie Vardy, and then Jamie Vardy just has a tap in on the edge of the box. So it's 3-1. Not really knowing anything about the Chelsea result at the minute. We would only really know that at full time. We would go ahead and make it 4-1 though through the Premier League Golden Boot winner this season, Gabriel Jesus. This goal here, well, it defines that he will be the Premier League Golden Boot winner this season. So yet another trophy, a player trophy this time, the Golden Boot, coming back to Arsenal this time. But it was nearly time. In the 93rd minute, we did go ahead and make it 5-1 through another goal through Gabriel Jesus. But did we win the league? Well, as you'd find out, there we are. Chelsea drop points to Nottingham Forest at the City Ground. And I've got to say, this in Season 1, well, you've just got to imagine, where are we going to go in the next few seasons? Well, Thomas Partey, as you would see, goes ahead and lifts the Premier League trophy. And I've got to say, it was much deserved. We deserved the Premier League title. We've played well throughout the whole season. We've had ups and downs. It's not been easy. But thanks to Nottingham Forest on the final day and a strong performance against Leicester, we have brought success back to Arsenal. And we are Premier League champions in season number 1. Well, you may be saying, it's a bit unrealistic. Well, it's not. In real life, at the moment, at the time you're seeing this, Arsenal are currently 5 points clear at the top of the Premier League for Christmas. So, yeah, things are looking up for the Gunners in real life and in the save. But we couldn't let that win, that title win, get in the way of this game. We've won 2 trophies this season. We've won the FA Cup and the Premier League. Well, the Premier League wasn't really a priority in the first season. However, this trophy was. Bayern Munich, a former Champions League team in this first season, dropped down from the Champions League to the Europa League, and here we are. They're in the Europa League final. They meet us in the Europa League final, and it was game time. So I knew this was going to be a tough game, but we had the advantage. It was being played at the Manchester City Stadium, the Etihad. So we were on home turf in England. Bayern Munich, they had to travel. They had to fly over from Germany, from Munich. So we had the advantage. It's only really up the road from us, isn't it? Manchester City Stadium, Arsenal. It's only really just up the road compared to Bayern Munich. So we were on home turf. We were on the English ground. But we couldn't let that distract us. We knew Bayern Munich, the squad they have, Choupo-Moting, Sadio Mane, Gnabry, Goretzka, Müller, Alphonso Davies, De Ligt, Neuer, they're just some of the names they have in their team. But it was time. Kickoff was approaching. Kickoff had approached us, and we started on the front foot. Unfortunately, Emil Smith-Rowe, though, giving him a chance in this one, couldn't make that early opportunity happen, and therefore we were still deadlocked at 0-0. However, Bayern Munich, they were starting to find their feet, and as you would see there, 17 minutes in, we fell 1-0 down to the man that used to haunt Arsenal in the Premier League, but he's now haunting Arsenal in the Europa League. It's Sadio Mane. Yeah, Sadio Mane goes ahead and gets Bayern Munich 1-0 up in the Europa League final. The Bayern Munich fans going crazy, but Bayern Munich, they were still on the front foot. They weren't letting us off the hook. And you would see Leon Goretzka was the next one to get himself on the score sheet. 25 minutes in, it was Bayern Munich 2, Arsenal 0, and not even in the first 45 minutes, only 30 minutes in, and it was all falling apart for the Gunners. Well, as you would see, Bayern Munich, they were in destruction mode. They can blow teams away easily. Well, you would see Serge Gnabry against his former club, Arsenal, goes ahead, 35 minutes in, makes it Bayern Munich 3, Arsenal 0. And we were being absolutely dismantled in the Europa League final. Yet, a final which we had to win wasn't really looking like we were going to win, just because of the fact of Bayern Munich's quality. And look, we know coming into the game, as you would see, Gabriel Martinelli gets a goal to give us some hope for the second half here in the 45th minute. We knew coming into the game, Bayern Munich, they were going to be stronger than us. They were going to push harder than us. But we just had to try and weather the storm, and we couldn't do that. So going into the second half then, at half time, I sat the lads down. I said, right, buck your ideas up, because this is the cup that we need to win. This was one of the main objectives. We need to go out attacking, and we need to press Bayern Munich like we've never pressed any team before. And well, the lads listened, and Gabriel Jesus bagged another one, our second of the game, 4 minutes after the restart, to go ahead and make it Bayern Munich 3, Arsenal 2. And then, as you would see, well, if the boys, it would be rude to say they didn't listen, they listened. Yet 60 minutes in with 30 minutes to go in the game, Bayern Munich 3, Arsenal 3, courtesy of Albert Sambi Lokonga. But as you would see, with Sadio Mane having a penalty here, saved by Aaron Ramsdale, and it's still 3-3 as we approach the final minutes of the game. Well, we were in stoppage time, 2 minutes added on in the 3rd minute, a chance to win it here, and as you would see, Sambi Lokonga shoots, and Neuer goes ahead and saves it. So, heading for extra time in the Europa League final, Bayern Munich pressing hard again. They knew what was up for grabs, they knew we had been pressuring them. And here you go then, Bayern Munich on the attack. Would they shoot? Kingsley Coman shoots, scores. And in the 106th minute, Bayern Munich 4, Arsenal 3. Could we get one more attack? Well, in the second part of extra time, we were pressing, 10 minutes to go. Jesus goes in, shoots at the near post and saves. And well, that would be all she wrote. Full time of extra time, and it's Bayern Munich 4, Arsenal 3, and we have lost the Europa League final. No European success for the first season, and I've got to say, it is what it is. Bayern Munich, they were the better side. They came out fighting. They were 3-0 up in the first half hour, and we were nowhere to be seen until the second half, where we tried to make a comeback. Unfortunately though, we just weren't good enough on the attack. Thomas Müller goes up to the podium with his team and lifts the Europa League trophy. There I am on the touchline, clapping away, and I've got to say, respect Bayern Munich. They dropped down from the Champions League. They were going to haunt any team that they faced in the Europa League, just because of the way they play. But oh well, It's a trophy that we would have loved to win, but we couldn't get our hands on in the end. And unfortunately for Bayern Munich, well, we're going to see them again in the Champions League next season. Let's just hope they're not in our group stage, or we meet them in the knockout stage. But again, what an end to the season. We've won the FA Cup, we've won the Premier League title. We just couldn't get our hands on that treble. But we go again next season. Trust me, new faces will be coming to the club. I'm so excited. But guys, that will end today's episode of Commando. I hope you enjoy. If you did, please go down, like and subscribe to the channel. It's muchly appreciated. And there will be an extra episode just going through sort of the breakdown of what happened across all the leagues and looking at the squad in Season 1. But guys, stay safe, have a lovely rest of your day, and we will be back for Season number 2 very soon. Thank you guys, bye for now.